Hello, welcome back. This is now day 4. I didn't do a video for day 2 and day 3. And like I mentioned in day 1, after my massive failure, is that I was going to go to micros and I was going to keep this account alive. And that's what I did. On day 1, I took about 5 or 6 trades, couldn't get green for the day, end of the day down $10. With the commissions, probably like 26 or so. On day 3, so that was day 2, day 3, I was trading. Day 3 was a holiday, and for some reason I didn't realize that. And one of the issues I have is that I'm not paying attention to the news, and I really got to focus on what's going on around me. I got into the trades. I had one failed trade. I got into one more trade. I was gonna do a continuation trade, and the market closed. And you're not supposed to be in a trade when the market closes in Apex. They're supposed to have a fail-safe that'll kick you out of your trades. It didn't. I was still in my trade. I couldn't close my trade. And the nice thing is that I was just in for a couple micros, so I wasn't too worried about it blowing my account. At this point, I've got about a $250 buffer, or I did at that point. So then what I did is I waited for the market to reopen. I got back on. Unfortunately, I wasn't by the computer when the market reopened. I was actually a half an hour late getting back to the computer when the market reopened. And what it had done is and this happens sometimes when you stay in a trade after market closes, your stops don't, and your take profit don't act like you think they should. They don't cancel each other out. And so it ended up hitting my stop, and then hitting my take profit, and then basically using my take profit as an entry, and then it went my way. And so what it was when I got back on is it was a loss, a pretty good loss, and then a really good winning trade at the time when I logged back on. And so I shut the trade down wherever it was, and I think it was up like $26. But after my losses, I was basically plus $6 for the day, which with I think it was 6 micros that I ended up taking total. And so that was roughly break even. I think I probably lost from a couple bucks. So that was Wednesday. And then today I went in and I had more brain errors. I went in and I started going, and the chart didn't look right. I had to reset my ATM, and I'm like, man, why does this happen? And I'm getting into these trades, and I take a trade, and I got in with 2 contracts, and it failed. And I was like, okay, there's another setup coming, and I'll jump in this trade. So I jumped into another trade, and it started going my way. And I'm like, okay, this is good. I'm going to let it go to take profit. I was holding, just relaxing, let it go to take profit. And what happened was I noticed that it was ticking differently than I expected it to. And then I realized that I was trading gold with minis. And like I said, I only had like a $250 buffer, and I had already lost a trade with 2 minis on gold. And now I was 15 ticks up with 2 minis on gold, and I'm like, what the hell? And I was waiting for it to get to about 20 because that's where my take profit was. And then once I realized I was trading gold, I shut it down because I can't trade gold with this current Apex account, because I'm just so close to blowing it, and I'm surprised I didn't blow it. And after I shut it down, I think I made 15 ticks on it. I don't know, something like that, which would be $300 on 2 minis. But I was only up like $120, $130, something like that. So that means I was down 170 before I took the trade, which is scary because I think my buffer was only 250 maybe. So that's really kind of scary. And once again, it's just me not paying close enough attention to what I'm doing. So these are errors that I really shouldn't be making. At any rate, it came out in my favor because that was a good trade for me. It gave me a little more buffer room. I then went back to NASDAQ, which I thought I was trading before, and continued trading with micros. And I'm trading 2 micros currently. I took another trade, it failed, and I took one more trade, let it go to take profit. So that's my first real successful trade, really, honestly, since I've started this one. And I'm ending the day like up $200 about, and minus the commissions and stuff, we're probably looking at 180, something like that, positive, and that's really good. That I'd be super happy if I could maintain something like that. Currently, like I said, I'm trading 2 micros. I'm going to keep at it, trading 2 micros. I'm going to try to pay closer attention. I'm going to put it into my system that I'm checking the news before I start, checking the higher time frames, moving into the lower time frames, and taking my trades, and double checking my instrument, making sure everything's what I expect it to be before I keep going. But anyway, so I'm moving in the right direction, guys. And that's it for today. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. We'll see how tomorrow goes. Hopefully I can keep the green going. All right. Thanks. Bye.